Handling losses will be easier when you do these. Managing your risk. I cannot overemphasize on this enough. Once you've made up your mind that this is the particular amount of money I want to risk per trade or for a whole day, now your mind is at rest. You are programming your mind to accept that loss. If it finally goes against you and hits your SL, now remember you've programmed your mind to be at ease with losing that money. Therefore, it becomes easier for you. You accept the loss and you move on. Imagine your coach tells you, Iyabo, this trade, if it goes against us, we'll lose $5. Can you lose $5 without dying? Iyabo says yes. Can you lose $5 easily? Iyabo says yes. As she accepts it, it becomes a part of her. It prepares the brain, the body, the emotions that if this goes against her trade, or if it goes against her, $5 will not kill her. That's one way to put it. So it's a psychological thing as well. She has prepared her mind for that loss, making it easy for her to move on to the next thing or move on to becoming better in life. Another way is taking it as a part of the learning process. When you understand that continuous losing gives you thicker skin to face the market, it becomes a norm, becomes part of the process. It helps you become more accurate in your decisions. It helps you to keep going to be the better version of yourself. Losing is part of winning. The best losers win. I will tell you, those that lose the best win more. Now, best losers are those that have said, okay, win or lose, I will keep going. Now, it becomes part of the process to lose. This leads me to the next point, seeing it as a chance to get better. Now, when you lose a trade, the best thing to do is journal the trade. When you journal the trade, you can then go back to find out why you lost that trade. Focus on the charts. Do a back test. For example, when you meet boxers in the ring and a boxer loses a match, they go back to the drawing board. Drawing board is the sense they get to train harder. They look for their loopholes. If they are not ducking fast enough, if they are not punching, if they are low in their speed, you see them practicing to be better. It shouldn't be different with trading. You go back to the drawing board, do a back test, check whether you executed too early, whether your emotions came into play, whether you exited too early. So many things. When you do all this, you see yourself improving with time. Now imagine the boxer that lost at the ring, not going back to improve his skill, to improve his speed, to be faster, to be better, and goes again for another one. I'm sorry, he stands the chance of being beat black and blue. And that is exactly what happens in the market. You finish collecting SL now. Instead of going back to the drawing board, you are feeling like you are an odogu, that you are stronger than the market. You feel that you sabi the market past yourself. I'm sorry, that's the way the market will punch you and beat you black and blue as well. And it's really not good for your mental state, because then you get traumatized. You get scared of losing money. You get scared of taking trades. You say, I beg, you give up. I'm not trading again. I beg, this is a scam. You start to see Forex as a scam. All the negative things that come with it will start to follow you, and trust me, it's not good to have that at the back of your mind when you're trading. One thing again is knowing that losses are inevitable. I mean, come on. We still dey chop SL. Even your mentor's mentor is still chopping SL. That's because none of us made the market. We don't know the market. We are not the market makers. We are all retail traders. So you have to understand that SL, chopping SL, losing money is part of the game. Even in businesses, everything is risky. So don't see like it's only Forex you lose money. No. People go into multi-billion-dollar businesses and lose money. It's all part of the game. Life is full of risk. You cannot be a businessman and not be ready for risk or be ready to take losses. It's impossible because you are not God. Even if you don't make mistakes, the economy will make mistakes. Your president will make mistakes. Trump will go and say one thing and something will happen to the economy. And then you lose businesses. Does that make you a fool? No, it doesn't mean that you are not ready. It only means that there are some things you can't have control over. Taking losses is part of the game. Simple. That's the only way we can put it. And if you are not tough enough to take the losses, you will hardly be tough enough, or you will hardly be deemed worthy to take profits from the market. And finally, there's a phenomenon they say you reap where you sow, and you sow to reap. You know when they say you cannot reap where you've not sown. So all those losses you are seeing, take it that you are paying school fees, like you're paying school fees to learn. That's the one way I used to console myself against losses. I see it as part of the price I have to pay to become that 1%, to become among the 1% of profitable traders. See it as the sacrifice. By the time you bundle all the money you have lost in this forex, you will now, maybe later in life, you see that you've made ×5 of whatever you lost. Then you'll be smiling on a yacht one day, drinking champagne, forgetting that it's true, there's a time you lost a particular amount of money learning this skill. The skill will end up making up for your losses. That's because you have paid the price. All those continuous losses, see them as paying school fees small to where you are going to in this forex space. So here is a recap. The first one is managing your risk. The second one I mentioned is taking it as part of the process. The third one I mentioned is seeing it as a chance to get better. The fourth one is knowing losses are part of the process, are part of the game. And finally, the sowing and reaping phenomenon. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Ciao.